Hello to everybody else.
Hi.
Hey, hello. I'm sorry I won't be staying after my gig. I have a political meeting that I'm supposed to go to.
Oh, no worries at all. Most important things first. We need all the political meetings we can get at the moment.
But one of my Gemini twins will be with you.
Oh, fantastic.
Great.
Nice, because they can't sing and they can't play. But if my political meeting is finished, then I'll come back to you. It's a business of saving 2 green fields from development in an absolutely ridiculous place. Yeah.
Well, I spent my first 10 years as an archaeologist, so I fully agree with your aims. More green fields, the better.
We do need housing, but we need social housing.
Yes.
And, there's no way that the council is going to make any money from this particular place. They won't put social housing here. They wouldn't be able to sell them for enough.
No.
Well,
that's the problem everywhere. Land is one of the most crooked businesses anywhere.
Yeah, there's plenty of already used land and ex-offices and ex-parking lots and ex-stadiums and ex-runways. Plenty. I like the idea.
Absolutely.
I like the idea of building a new small village. Shut me up when you want.
Okay, I think we're good here.
That's a very problematic screen. It's kind of making me feel a bit nauseous. Waving back and forth at me.
Like we have this idea we're like pirates, like we're out there stealing satellite time, and broadcasting illegally to the whole world. But we don't have to even do that because everything's free.
Well, I like the ones on the right and the left here. Those are rather nice. They move slowly, but the one in the middle is very... I don't have epilepsy, but I would think it would be hard for somebody with epilepsy to deal with that.
That's all I have. That's my best I got, so I'll make a note maybe next week.
Never mind, I'm a dinosaur. You don't have to please dinosaurs these days. They're not around. Actually, I shouldn't say I'm a dinosaur because they were wiped out by something I couldn't help. They were probably perfectly good in their day. Did you ever hear that?
They had the longer than we did.
Sorry? Have you ever heard that song, Their Brains Were Small?
Yes.
It's a great song.
It is.
Can't remember. Somebody, I think Mark Graham wrote that. Yeah. It's very literary, but it's exact. It'll never be a folk song unless the dinosaurs want to sing it. Yeah.
I was told once that dinosaurs must have had life that bit easier because with brains that small, they can't have had things to worry about.
Well, they probably worried that their brains were small.
That's
The
it.
thing is, creatures with small brains, they still manage to manage their lives better than we do.
Yeah.
They don't drop atom bombs on each other. They don't torture each other. They don't go into someone else's nest unless you're a cuckoo and kill everybody with a machine gun. They don't do those things. I think they're smarter than we are. Yeah, I do.
Are
Yeah,
we
definitely.
live?
Either. Sorry?
Are we live?
No.
We are about to be.
My
What?
friend just messaged me saying they're talking about dinosaurs. I think we
Oh,
are
I like
live.
that. I'll tell
There we
them.
go.
Tell them that they're
guys-
in for me.
Now we're really live.
Very-
There's no doubt. We are really live now.
Yeah,
So
well,
welcome
tell
everyone.
people.
Welcome. It's Tuesday night, 8th of June, 2021, and this is live stream 56, coming to you from across the internet. So tonight we have a great show. Where we have the legendary Peggy Seeger. We're all very excited to hear Peggy play and a few words from her, but we're unfortunately not going to let her speak too much because she has to run off and protest the unnecessary development of some land someplace, which we really encourage and stop her from stopping that. And we have our good friends back who have been on the show before, Jon Coley.
Hello.
And Clara from Dakka Skanks.
Hello.
Clara's going to be playing for us live in person, which is nice to be able to say, on the 18th of June at the St. Pancras Old Church here in Camden. So we're excited about that.
Exciting.
Yeah. So yeah, back outdoors, at least for a while, hopefully. Who knows what's going to happen? A lot of worrisome news, but let's not worry about that right now. There's other stuff to talk about. Thank you all for joining us. I'm John. I'm your host. We have also Sam from LAYKS is joining us. I don't know what happened to his connection, but Sam, if you're out there, please restart it or something. You'll join us a bit later for a good set. And yeah, so just a few words about Camden Live. So this is show 56. We never meant to do live streams. We were meant to cover live gigs. But of course, we had to adjust like everyone else over the last, more than a year it's been. And it's been a great experience to connect directly with so many artists from all over the world and rebroadcast them back out to everyone else around the world. So thank you all for watching. I know we have some good friends out there who are always watching us and chipping in support. So as always, feel free to throw a few comments in and we'll throw them up on the screen and we'll try to ask people. And yeah, and follow us and follow the artist. And that's my usual stories. I think in respect with Peggy's time, maybe we just get started with Peggy. Peggy, how are you tonight?
I'm all the better for being here.
All right. Very positive.
So, do you want me just to kind of take over now?
Yes, please. Feel free to.
I don't know who is present. I've gotten some mixed messages about what you actually want me to do tonight. I made a list of 5 songs, which after talking to the organizers, it turned out that they weren't really apt at all. So I'd like to take one question from an audience member.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Yeah. I know Jon Coley has a few questions for you, but let's see if
Yeah, definitely.
Just one. That'll start me off, and then I'll figure out what I want to do.
Well, actually, I have a question, but I've been prepared for this, so maybe I'll let you guys throw out questions unprepared.
One I'm really interested in is where do you think folk singers and people who sing topical songs sit now in the world compared to where they've sat in the last 50, 60 years? Because it's something I'm trying to figure out as I play and bring more and more topical things into what I do.
It's easier to find a market for yourself these days because you can reach all your friends and your friends' friends and your friends' friends' friends. The way the music industry works, I've just made a CD and it's gotten a lot of attention, but chiefly because I got a grant to publicize it. And I have a fantastic publicity team because I got this grant. It's a good CD. My last one was, I thought, good, but I didn't have a publicity. So where it's going to go is often determined by the media, by how much money you have, by what your particular luck happens to be. And I really don't know. I also have a different definition of folk music from what everybody else has. To me, folk music is you know, and we don't go into that because you have to write essays on it to answer the question. So depending on what you call folk music, I would say that it depends on what particularly happens at the time. For instance, this is a song you would never guess that this would make any interest at all. But at one point in the American revival, this was very popular. I'll just sing a little bit of it. It's about Bonnie Prince Charlie, and it's an American version that scrambled any idea of it being connected to an exiled king. And it went like this. Charlie's neat, Charlie's sweet, Charlie, he's a dandy. Charlie, he's the very boy who stole his daddy's brandy. Over the river to feed my sheep, over the river to Charlie. Over the river to feed my sheep and gather in my barley. And it has all kinds of nonsense verses like this one. Daddy shuffled town, Mama went to Dover. Sister wore her slippers out, a-kicking Charlie over. And it goes on, Charlie's neat, Charlie's sweet, Charlie, he's a dandy. Every time he goes to town, he brings some candy. Charlie's in nearly every verse. I like coffee, I like tea, whiskey, wine, and brandy. I like boys who go to town to bring me some candy. And it has a nice chorus. And at one point, people liked singing it, got quite well known. Charlie's neat, Charlie's sweet, Charlie, he's a dandy. Charlie, he's the very boy who stole his daddy's brandy. And so, hard to say. It's a hard question. No, never mind, love, at the moment. Thank you very much, Mary.
Oh, it's wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah, so my problem is that I sing, I've never been popular as such. I have too many words in the songs that I make. Sometimes the songs just don't have, they're not written towards a market. And if you try to write towards the market, give it up, because the market changes every other minute. It depends. When you can coast along on the Beatles, and then a decade later you got Tracy Chapman, and then after that you've got Norah Jones, and I mean, where's the it's a crazy world to me. So I generally write what I want, and recently I've been going out of the folk music box, and as I'm 86 in 2 weeks, I find that I think a lot about the past. And I wrote this particular song. It's not a folk song, but it's looking back, and lockdown has allowed a lot of that, a real huge amount of that. So this song just appeared out of things that I think about at night. I didn't plan to write it, and it's a weird song. You really have to pay attention to it. A little boy came to our kitchen door. Can she come out to play? We ran all the way to our wild place to blow dandelion fairies and look for the four-leaf clover. We were 7. Before he was 8, it was over. He fell asleep on the schoolroom floor, and they took him away to heaven. But he would come back and marry me. I knew he'd remember me. With a boy from a painting, I lay newborn under the harvest moon. In April he cut out my heart and left to blow dandelion fairies and lie with my friend in the clover. It was over, all over. He died long ago on a highway, a beautiful father of children. But he comes back now and then. When I remember him, sorrow and joy are bound together. Sweet lover, remember me. come back, and lie in my arms forever. In the dark of night I lie awake and wait for the winter moon. I dream of you and wild places, of dandelion and clover. Soon it will be over, all over, gone away. But songs don't die on a schoolroom floor. Tomorrow I'll come to your kitchen door. Will you come out to play? Will you come out to play? Now to me, that's a slice of consciousness. You're lying on you're lying on the psychologist's sofa and talking about things that you remember from way back. And as you get older, you sometimes forget everything, and other times you remember everything. So it all depends on where you are. But I'm in two camps. I'll take another question if that's okay. I'm in two camps. I'm in the folk song camp, and if a question arises, I'll do something folk, and if politics arise, I'll do something political. Let's see what you want to hear. Let's see what you want to ask me.
I had actually a question about folk music. So in so many ways, that music came over from the UK to the US, turned into all kinds of other stuff, and now a lot of you guys are bringing it back to the UK. How does that feel, to feel that kind of movement of these songs that were traditional songs that now kind of come back at different times?
I'd like to know how old you are, because that was happening 50 years ago.
Right.
It was coming back, but now you sing a lot of songs from here. You sing ones that come from here.
Sure. No, of course.
There was a time when you chiefly sang American songs, and I still try to work that out. I sing American songs, I don't sing UK ones. It wasn't only ones from the UK that went to the States. They went from all of the nations of the world to America. It's just that
I was after more like these traditional songs that were, songs from this part of the world that people brought over to America like hundreds of years ago.
It's good that they wrote on the back of English, John, the language. Yeah. Because they spoke English, or what the Americans or the
understood
the
English, right?
call American English, but so I know quite a lot of really weird songs, like the Weevily Wheat Charlie one, that went over, got changed, and got brought back and changed so much you almost didn't recognize them. So I don't know how to answer that question. It's just what happened, where people happened to be at the time. At present, my life consists of just keeping myself going, walking, doing laundry. I've talked an awful lot about myself with all the interviews with the CD. And so there's very little time for me to keep going, because I'm slowly falling apart. And so I have to keep trying to play. So 4 years ago, I dared myself to play a tune that I made up 40 years ago and was too afraid to play, because it's like an Escher staircase. This is a piece that Escher might play. And finally, I thought, when I was about 81, I thought, this is silly. I need to play this piece. So I have to play every single day the banjo for at least a half an hour just to stay in one place. So I'm going to play you this tune because it makes me nervous to play it, and I think you'll like it. This is a long neck banjo. That's why it sounds so funky. We were playing Cecil Sharphouse last week, and it was dreadfully out of tune. But for that particular piece, it almost didn't matter that it was out of tune. So that's probably way off on one parameter of my interest, which is folk song. It's like a folk tune because every banjo player worth their salt makes up a signature tune that is theirs, and other people would never dare to play it in their presence because it's their tune, and it's what. So even though it took me 40 years to play it, to not be too nervous to play it, it is my signature tune. But I have bad arthritis.
Just speaking of your signature tune, I wanted to remind everyone that you have your book out, and I wanted to.
What do I have?
Your book is out, and you can get a copy of it. And I was
thank you.
having a look around, and I see that you actually have a few.
It's wonderful.
A few hardback copies that you're signing, so I did just buy one.
All right. It's actually on Audible if you want to listen to it. So it's me reading it. Yeah.
Yeah, which is great.
Yeah.
And then, of course, there's the companion CDs to go with it.
Thank you, John. Hey, you're hired. You're hired. You're worth every penny I paid you. So how about somebody, is there a live audience out there somewhere?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah, we got a few comments coming through.
Would one of them like to pose a question?
It's been so sunny. I think most people are kind of at the pub now, sort of trying to remember like what the sun feels like.
I don't blame them at all.
But actually, I had another question for you, Peggy. Let's see if I can ask this one in a more coherent way. So I'm originally from New York, and I've been living in Camden now 20 years. And when people ask me where I'm from, I actually don't know what to say anymore because I can tell you where I was born, I can tell you where I live, but I don't know where I'm like from anymore. I wonder how you feel about that.
Well, I just list all the places that I've lived in: Washington D.C., Asheville, North Carolina, Boston, Massachusetts, and in 6 rented properties in the last 20 years. And now in Oxford in the UK. But I don't know if this has happened to you, but I lost my American passport due to political things back in 1959. And so I became a British subject. I was an American citizen, but now I am a British subject, and I have sworn allegiance to the Queen in front of a fly-blown picture of Her Majesty. in a little lawyer's office in Lincoln's Inn Fields. So I look on myself as kind of very wet behind the ears because I'm midway in the Atlantic. Right. Maybe just say, I'm from where I'm from. I don't know why it concerns people so much.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those questions of where are you from? Where do I want to be from? Where am I living? Like, I feel like...
Well, just say I'm from here. Just say
I'm from here.
Just
I'm
say
from
I'm
here.
from here right now.
Yeah.
But
We're all
if
the
you
same,
sing,
we're here.
if you sing folk songs, I prefer it to hear people sing songs from the culture they come from and the language that they speak. So, as I said, I sing only American songs. I make up odd songs, though, like the Dandelion and Clover. Probably the most odd one that I've made up recently is one called Progress Train, because I had a classical background. Um, my mother was a classical piano player. My father was a professor of classical music, and so I got a good grounding in Western music. And my songs, like I said, they're some of them sound like folk songs, and this one definitely does not. I became a political person through working with you and McCall, and sometimes I just go way far out. The human brain can't stand still, even when it gets to the top of the hill. Just can't stop and admire the view. It's always got to have something new. The human being's an intelligent fool. Build you a hospital, build you a school. You wake up the very next day. The progress train took it all away. The progress train can demolish your town, selling us heaven when we're hellbound, when we're hellbound. Fed by apathy, driven by greed, always going at top speed, going so fast. You won't notice it till it's past. Doesn't give a damn about yesterday, and when you forget what it took away, you know the progress train rolled right over you. Juggernaut hurtling down the road. You're not in control, you're part of the load. Running the lights won't slow down. Get in its way and it'll run you down. The progress train's on a one-way track. Take you there, won't bring you back. And when you start singing, I'm all right, Jack. I'm all right, Jack. I'm all right, Jack. You know the progress train rolled right into you. The girl in the red shoes had to dance. The progress train has to advance. Tables to turn, money to earn, bridges to burn. We never learn, got no destination, it'll go anywhere. Doesn't even know when it's got there. Got no beginning and got no end. Doesn't even care what's around the bend. Got to grow, got to change. Build up, tear down, rearrange. Got to move on, dirty or clean. It's a fusion bomb. It's a washing machine. It's a love song. It sings, seducing us with things that ease our hearts and please our minds. The passengers sleep and the driver's blind. It's akin to rape, you know. Fire in his pants, he don't dance, no romance, he just wants you. And he wants you, and he wants you now, and he'll have you now. And they want us, and they'll have us now. That's the progress train, and it's right over you. The human brain has a fatal knack of going full speed down a cul-de-sac. After running so fast or working hard, we got a hell of a mess in the backyard. The progress train sings sweet and low, and every time you hear it, you know something may be wrong. Still, you tap your feet. The words don't matter, 'cause the tune's so sweet. That's the progress train, and it's singing to you. Now that one will never, ever, ever be a folk song. The next one might. So
That was cool.
one thing one thing that possesses me is if you do a concert, sometimes you want to hear something different, something new. So this is one that I made up 20 years ago, and I wrote it to the tune of Wild Mountain Thyme. You know Wild Mountain Thyme?
Yes.
So I wrote it to that tune, and then I thought, well, that's daft. Why that tune has a very good set of words to it. So why should you put a new set of words when it's already got them? So I made up a new tune. Let's see now, what key am I in? Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. I cannot understand how the sisters, wives, and mothers cannot stop the slaughter of the husbands, sons, and brothers. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. There never can be peace till men abandon fighting as the way to deal with problems that prevent us from uniting. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The profits made from war, there's few that can resist them. Hypocrisy and greed control the lifeblood of our system. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. The earth can wait no longer for political permission. Sit down, disrupt, do anything to make the whole world listen. Oh, how I long for peace among the peoples and the nations. How I long to halt the plunder of the wonders of creation. Oh, how I long for peace. After the mayor and his procession comes the dust cart. So I've been battling two things tonight while I've been singing to you. First of all, I had a horrendous coughing fit when I swallowed something wrong at dinner an hour ago. I thought I wasn't going to be able to sing at all. And second of all, something I will share with you is the battery in my left-hand hearing aid has gone out, so I'm just sitting here like this. Life in the slow lane. Well, that it's now.
Fast. I think you're moving pretty fast in the slow lane, so I wasn't worried about it.
It's now 1:30. I've actually been on for 26 minutes. But you might want to catch up on your time now, John. What do you want to do?
I mean, we'd love to have you play more. It's really more about your time constraint.
Well, I don't want to take anyone else's time.
No, we're okay. We're okay for time. We're okay for time.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I'll do. I'm sorry I haven't had more conversation with folks there, and it's very strange to be seeing two pictures of myself on the.
Yeah, the live stream's all a bit weird. So.
One of which is delay. It's delay. Anyway, this is a song I wrote as an encore. It's called Gotta Get Home by Midnight, and it's based on the Cinderella story. I love stories. So this is my story, taken after the idea of Cinderella, who had to be back before midnight because everything would change. So I'll go out on this one. It's also on the new album, and I'm in a way shamelessly plugging the new album. But the thing is, I love the songs. I really do. Some of them were written with my sons. I happen to have chosen ones that I made up myself. But some of the best songs on the album are ones made up with my sons and my daughter-in-law. So here's the song, Gotta Get Home by Midnight. When I wake up in the morning, I'm 100 years old. My feet on the floor and I'm 99. A good hot shower and I'm looking at 80. After breakfast I'm 79. Getting younger by the hour, gotta get home by midnight. It's a beautiful day and I'm 64 in my new red shoes. The kitchen is a dance floor. Lunchtime and I'm in my prime, 50 and I'm heading for 49. Getting younger by the hour, gotta get home by midnight. An hour ago I was 41, I said I was 39. But now I'm 20, heading for my teens. Hormones driving me out of my mind. If I stay any longer, I'll be buying those blue jeans, the ones manufactured with the holes all over. Getting younger by the hour, gotta get home by midnight. When the clock strikes 12, nature resumes her own gravitational plan. Then I'm hitting the road with Father Time dragging me by the hand. But I'm gonna leave a little glass slipper behind before the rats start pulling my van. Getting younger by the hour, gotta get home by midnight. My doorbell rang in the middle of the night. Prince Charming is standing there. He gazed into my blue eyes. He says they're the color of time. He knelt down by my chair, and that little glass slipper just fitted me fine. He's waiting for me now in the moonlight. Gotta get home by midnight, 'cause that guy with the curly gray hair is waiting for me. So there it is, and you'll hear a different ending on the record because I forgot So thank you very much for putting me on. I'm really pleased, and I am so sorry not to. Well, that's my 30 minutes, and I'll tell you. I'll tell you when my final bell rings, I hope it's as nice as that one. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
So good
Peggy.
night.
That's been a real taste of your music and your charming personality, and I'm sure everyone likes you.
Thank you. Thank you.
And we'd also just say we have a really nice interview on the site with Peggy that she did with Jude. So I encourage everyone to have a nice read of that. There's some nice little information, thoughts, and ideas out there.
You got a very nice speech, John. It makes me want to talk to you.
Oh, thank you.
No, I'm not ignoring the other two of you, but one of them is covered by my face, a picture of my face, and the other one's lovely lady with the red top. Very nice. Caitlin, I think, is it? I'm trying to remember.
Clara, yeah. Oh, no, yeah. Caitlin actually couldn't join us. She's going to come next week. So we have Clara's on.
Okay. Well, good night.
Thanks, Peggy.
Good night. Okay.
Cheers. Okay, Peggy Seeger, how much fun was that?
Phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, just really amazing. Like, yeah, I mean, she sang all those. The words are still like rattling through my head. They're so interesting and so intricate.
Well, I have a record of Peggy's in the shelf in front of me, and it's one of the most bizarre moments to hear someone that you've listened to literally your whole performing career live in front of you and be able to have a conversation with someone you've just known as a record.
Right. Cool. So Jon, you're up next.
Mm-hmm.
How's things?
Ooh, what shall I play? Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
I like what you said to me before. You said having Peggy Seeger on the show was the equivalent of someone from Asbury Park having Bruce Springsteen show up. So
yeah,
I like that. I think that was really great.
It was wonderful because when I started out, I was given a lot of advice and support by some of the sort of folk heroes I admired, and all of them admired Peggy. They'd all gone to her for banjo lessons or bits and pieces of training in the 50s and 60s in London and in Manchester. Yeah. So it's just a wonderful full circle to have some of that.
I was reading some stuff. We didn't want to get into her whole life story. Interesting, and there are documentaries about it, but she was really a very strong-spirited person, as you could tell when she was younger, and she just kind of picked up her guitar and her banjo and just kind of went off and took on the whole world. I mean, it's just amazing. She got into all kinds of adventures and met all kinds of cool people. I mean, yeah, it was like on the road.
Yeah, it's a remarkable book. I remember reading it when it was a story.
Yeah, so any of you guys out there who want to get it, it's out there. You can listen to her, even read the whole book. So.
Yeah, I think I'm actually going to do one by. I don't play this very often. This is a tune by one of my mentors. Although I didn't know him all that long, he was a massive influence on everything I've done before or since, and he was part of that folk world. So, talking about getting your confidence up and to sing because you like to sing. This is a song by Bob Dylan, but it's I learned it from the hands of Johnny Renbourn. Well, buckets of rain, or buckets of snow, or buckets of fire, wherever you go. In my hand. Your love, honey, baby, I can stand. Well, little red bike and little green light, I know what I want, I know what I like, I know it hurts. The way you smile. Your love, honey, baby, keep me wild. Seen what I love and I've seen what I took, and I've seen pretty people up and disappear like smoke. Well, buckets of rain coming out of my ears. Honey, baby, oh, honey, keep me near. Oh, honey, baby, oh, won't you keep me near? Buckets of rain or buckets of snow, buckets of fire wherever you go. Buckets of rain in my ear. You got all love, honey, baby, keep me near. Well, you got all love, honey, baby, keep me near. You got all love, honey, baby, keep me near. Cheers. So, thank you, man. I'm battling the aftermath of a cold, so I'm jumping up and down my voice.
It all sounded really good.
Oh, cheers, thank you.
Like her song "Progress Train," kind of really hits me.
Wonderful.
Like, it hits me like right in the middle of my chest. We're so addicted to progress, we don't even know why.
That and the fact that it was funny. I had a conversation with my dad the other week. My dad's very left wing and very smart, but he said something really quite impressive. He said he longed for the day when progress made his opinions unnecessary and obsolete. And actually, it's a very, very important point, because we call a lot of things progress that aren't.
Yeah. But we're addicted to it. We have to have it. We have to have growth. Everything has to get bigger and stronger. It's like some mania.
It's the capitalization in the political sense of the idea of time. It's how you politicize time. Is go, well, this is good use of time and this is bad use of time. And good use of time should never be criticised, because that's the right thing. But bad use of time is the problem when it's on the same label, because it makes too much money.
Yeah.
I'm going to try out a song that's actually so new it's not even on the record yet. We haven't actually demoed this new one.
When's the album coming out?
Oh yeah, we've got an album out on 10th of September, so we've literally announced it a couple of days ago, which is a long time in the works, nearly a decade in the works to get together.
Just one. How many tracks are on it?
It's about an hour and a half, so something like 13 or 14. But we must have cut maybe 25 or 30, so we're just sort of going through all the material. It's the first time that I've ever had the resource to actually put a record together that's the way I like it. But there's a funny rule with records that you inevitably, as soon as you finish them, you write something better than you've ever written before. Just the day after the session, you'll get the perfect title track, and there it is. So this is a song I wrote a little while back, and it was I was doing a session for some of John Martin's family up in Yorkshire. And John Martin's one of my real hits. Musically, he's just remarkable. And they'd said to me that the next year I might be able to play with Danny Thompson, who was one of John's players. And I decided I wasn't going to do it until I got something that was worthy of that minute. And this one came to me in a flash overnight about 5 or 6 months ago. It's called Love Like This. Where you cut your feet on that highway diamond, pick that glitter from the soles of your feet and turn the sky to face all the way from the ground. And take heart from the people you meet, 'cause you were reckless. She was all that, and you felt grateful for second base ball. The faster they pass you and ready for a love like this. For a love like this. If I could take this away with words and turn it on its head and learn to say the piece of my heart for peace of mind. Well, I told you I was clever, I never said I was smart. It only comes from understanding, it all comes from the heart. Oh, you love and more you miss. You're never ready for a love like this, for a love like this. For a love like this, love like this, oh love. It's always torture, it's always pain. It counts hours. Feels in days where you walk out the door, the world on your back, and there'll be no going forward. No going back, and you'll be tired of this illusion, tired and broken down, but you'll never, never, never forget. You'll never, never, never forget, 'cause you'll be raised. She'll be all that, and you'll catch hell for being there. Oh, the brighter they sparkle, the faster they pass you. For love like this, for love like this, love like this, love like this, love like this, love like this.
Yeah, nice one. That's good stuff.
Thank you for that, man. Yeah, that's been a long time in the works, that one. Try something different. So yeah, we've got an album out in September, and we're going to be announcing the first single, I think, some point this week, which should be fun.
Yeah, great. We're hoping to get you down in Camden to play a few nights. That'll be fun also.
Oh, absolutely. I'd love to. Really looking forward to actually getting back and doing a few shows. I wasn't intending to for a long time because sort of the audience for listening to music and listening to songs felt like it was slipping a bit. So I'm quite looking forward to doing some fun ones. This is another song off the record, but played a bit differently because I like to improvise, and this is a different tuning, and I'm not quite sure what tuning it's in. We're on that journey together. Okay. Okay. His hand was breaking. Oh, I could still hear her call. There was something that jammed up the clockwork. Oh, it wouldn't stick for long. Riding a scratch off of freedom. She would let him know that he'd wound her up too tight this time. So she dropped to the ground and rolled. Well, she dropped to the ground all without a sound. You would have been afraid away. Let her call her fade for a while. Silent rounds and praise. Oh, 'cause when the forest floor keeps up its day, changes them to living. Finally be alone when love is king. It's the curse that keeps on giving. Now she'll find when she drops to the ground, there's not for the floor, price the ring and freedom to sing. She's going nowhere. Cheers. Oh, thank you for that, man. This is a lot of fun because one of the things I love most about live performing is being able to completely dismantle something. Like the biggest thrill in music for me is being able to
have a go at a song and see what's really there.
Oh yeah. It means keeping a band together as hell because you start every night in a different key.
Band members on their toes.
Yeah, oh, absolutely, yeah. I promised myself I was going to do this one. I've never played this live. It's a song by Richard Thompson that was so complicated that even he didn't record it. He left it to another band to strip down.
That's a good.
But it's
that's a very good build-up.
But it's a lot of fun to play, and it's still as potent as ever. We were talking about progress. The landlord's dead in another town. I'm the rings of The landlord's round for his daily rent. The land's gone up, see, money's gone up, see, borrow instead of it's time for some changes, change your luck and you go for a ride. Take them to your best friend's ride. And everything you do leaves you empty inside. But it's time for rings of change. 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 Cheers, man. Thank you for that. Battling with lost picks.
Good, okay.
It's apparently there is now a because they're not considered COVID safe, so no one has bothered importing them.
What?
Genuine story, yeah. So I'm clinging to the ones I've got.
To grow your nails.
I have. It's just that it's a different style. I've been learning. It's the one thing I could think to do with my hands throughout the entirety of lockdown was learn to use a pick as well as the thumbnails. Actually, I might do it. I might do a stranger finger picking one. This is a song that was written in a very strange key because train seats on Virgin trains are incredibly cramped. And it was the only way I could get my hands between the capper and the seat.
Travel with a ukulele.
Oh, you can't get loud enough. This is a song called Blue Eyes, Whiskey and Wine. People say there's a time and a place, but no one seems to know quite where to go. I've been running around from town to town, and now I'm one step closer to home. If there's a stronger mix than blue eyes, whiskey and wine, I ain't found it yet, Lord knows I've been trying. If there's a stronger mix than blue eyes, or whiskey and wine, I ain't found it yet. Hey, Lord knows I've been trying. Well, people say there's a time and a season, a rhyme and a reason for everything. Well, I don't mind, though there's so much more to life. There's no pleasing some people. There's a stronger mix than blue eyes, whiskey and wine. I ain't found it yet, God knows I've been trying. There's a stronger mix than blue eyes, whiskey and wine. I ain't found it yet, oh Lord knows I've been trying. Whiskey and wine. Blue eyes, 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 whiskey and wine. Well, I ain't found it yet, but Lord knows I have been trying.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, man. Oh, I'm trying to think what I'd go for next. It's one of those things in the last year and a half has undoubtedly been sitting with the entire thing in front of them since all this started. And so I can't remember half the tunes I played on it now. For my manager shouts at me for playing nothing off the record. What should we go for? Oh, okay. Let's have a go at this one.
That looked like a vinyl record in your hand there. Was that actually a copy of the record?
Yeah, that's the album.
Oh, nice! Wow.
Nice.
Yeah, it's been a while in the making. I think we're going to be the last people to get an independent pressing done for a couple of years because all the plants are absolutely maxed out at the moment.
Yeah, probably.
The last single off the that was put out this time last year, and it's taken on a lot of new meaning since then. It's called Sympathy for Judas. It's based on something my dad used to say about how to recognise good people. So we go. She says I spent too long on the firing line. There was too much time between that girl's heart and mine. She lights her third cigarette with a fifth match and the distance in her eyes. Says she's fine, 'cause there's no winning a battle, so she'll wait for mine. The sparks of phosphorus and nicotine. Sympathy for Judas because no one gets to be who they want to be. She says the same man than me would have thrown this fire. In her head I wouldn't be standing here tonight. Well, the boys out on Slater Street reading the rights, the dreams they bring out every night. I've gone too far. The time I chose between water and wine. But it sparks of phosphorus and nicotine. Sympathy for Judas because no one gets to be who they want to be. And the neon lights grow faint. The girl on the stage, she fades away. Ooh, she was never who I dreamed she was anyway. People fall in my pocket, oh, for another day. Maybe rain is when you know that love is born to die. But all you can do is hold on. Hold on the city streets on the kind of people you only meet when you're open, when you want tax collectors and vagabonds. The sparks of phosphorus and nicotine, sympathy for Judas because no one gets to be who they deserve. They deserve to be. They deserve to be. No one gets to be. Cheers.
Right. I love that
Thank
song.
you for that.
I love that song. I was going to say that's my favorite song of yours, but you played so many other good songs I may have to reserve to hear the whole
I'm looking
album.
forward to actually. Yeah, I'm looking forward to having people hear it because I made a point of it. It's a story start to finish. It's not a created. It's just the story of what it's like to try and survive on a road with this stuff and not completely lose your mind.
Right.
Well, not completely, at least. Like, there's certainly part of it is the reason you're there. What shall I have a go for? Yeah, actually, seeing as Peggy did one about the past and time, I'm going to have a go at another one I don't do very often. It's called Sweeter State of Mind. It's about my coming back from my touring days. We have this weird thing where we revisit old problems in our head and react differently. But it's rather pointless because usually we made the right decision. In my defense, I was much younger then, but I believed every word you had in mind. I just thought it might do some good in talking, so I see now you were just being kind. Why must we be so damn defensive? Are we really so far apart in time? If I could take back all the words I said, well, I couldn't take one lie. If you see the past ain't another country, it ain't even another place or time. See the past, no, it ain't another country. It's just a sweeter state of mind. See, we talk but no one listens. As another day goes by, oh, we both know something's broken, but neither of us can see quite when or why. If you see the past, oh, it ain't another country. It It ain't even another place or time. See the past in the country. It's just a sweeter state of mind. So we part much as we used to, without a word or without a sign. And I counted among my greatest failings, girl, I never really did call you mine. For you see the past, oh, it ain't another country. It ain't even another place or time. See the past in another country. It's just a sweeter state of mind. It's just a sweeter state of mind. It's just a sweeter state of mind. Cheers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Cheers.
All right. We know it's fake, but it's still a little rush.
Yeah, there's a lovely thing where it was just compressed enough there that I felt like we've had about 18 sunny days in Manchester in a row, and I'm starting to feel like I've come home to the wrong city. So that's really reassuring. Rain machine sounds. Yeah, I'm warily watching the battery on my laptop as I've been 3.5 hours stuck on a train today. So if I vanish suddenly, I'll be back as soon as I can. But I'm going to try and cram in the next one. What shall I go at? Yeah. Yeah, again, different tuning normally for this. So let's see if I can remember it. It's called Watch the World Burn. And it's about the other people out there. It's personal and political at the same time. Promise you break it, torture. Say I believe, I don't want to believe. When you're just a reflection in the water, you say you just want to watch the world burn. You ain't looking for a fight. Well, you say you just want to watch the world burn. Looking for something, hey, that I can't see. Every word you say is straight from the bottom of the barrel. Every time you close your eyes, I fall. You want me to care, babe? I'm not sure I do. Want me to love you? I'm not sure I'm that kind of man. You say you just want to watch the world burn. You ain't looking for a fight. You say you just want watch the world burn, or are you looking for something? Hey, that I can't see. You say you just don't want to watch the world burn, and you're looking for a fire. Say you just don't want to watch the world burn, are you looking for something? Hey, are you looking for something? Hey, you're looking for something. Oh, and I can't see. Cheers.
Wow, right. It does sort of sound like rain, right?
Brilliant. How are we doing for time, man? I'm not sure. I'm not sure when I started.
I mean, I'm happy for you to play all night, but
well, I'll tell you what. I'll do you one more because I'm confident my battery will get through that before I have to shove it into something.
Okay.
So let me think what I can do.
So your new album. So how do people buy this? Can people order it now?
It's not out till it's out in September. So
I saw it sitting. You had it in your hand. So why can't people buy it now? I want to buy it now.
Because the way that this world works at the moment is essentially we want to get a distribution deal for it, and distribution deals depend on touring. So you have to basically sell a quotient in a set period of time, and a distributor will go, yes, you're viable. It's one of the lovely commercial things that slipped into the music world unnoticed in the last 40 years. That you have to suddenly make commercial sense as well as musical sense, and I don't get on with it at all. Yeah, let's have a go at this one. Yeah. I can find the tuning. Standing in the dark, no more patience in my heart. Miss me much, 'cause it's the middle of the night. Do no good just to call you, darling, do you still believe? Oh, when it's quiet in your mind, oh, darling, do you still believe in the night? No more waiting around, no wedding bells. No more waiting around for no morning birds to open up their hearts and say, darling, do you still think of me? Oh, when it's quiet in your mind, darling, do you still think of me in the nighttime? got no more patience in my heart. Do you miss me much? Well, it's the middle of the night, it wouldn't do no good if I called you up. Darling, do you still believe? Oh, and it's quiet in your mind, oh. Darling, do you still believe in the nighttime? Darling, do you still think of me? Oh, when it's quiet in your mind, oh. Darling, do you still think of me in the nighttime? Cheers.
All right. Wow. So many great songs tonight, Jon, as always.
Thank you, man. Much appreciated.
No, really great. Really great stuff. Yeah, so...
No, it's been a lot of fun. A lot of fun.
No, I'm like speechless tonight because I think so far, like, you couldn't ask for a better Tuesday night hanging out in front of your computer screen.
Nope.
No, really, really excited. I'm super excited for the new album. It just sounds like great.
Thank you, man. I am as well. It'd be nice to have something out in my own name and in my own way at last.
Yeah. Yeah, no, and see you get out and performing. It's going to be amazing. So good on you.
Definitely, man. Looking forward to it.
Cool. I mean, after that whole set, I don't even know what to say anymore. I'm like, I find all that music so wonderful. I'm just like relaxed, thinking about all the lyrics and stuff.
Thank you.
Hey, cool. So, speaking of performances, Clara.
Hello.
And you've seen them like absorbing all this great music tonight, like me. It's like
That's it. I'm looking. I'm like, oh. It's pretty cool. I wish
Really
I could
cool.
play guitar. I can't play guitar.
yeah, I can't play.
Ooh, anyone can play. Anyone can play guitar. You can have 2 free lessons next time I'm in London. Guarantee you. I've got 2 working fingers in each hand.
Wicked. I can play the melodica, but just not very well.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
So, Clara, tell us what you've been up to. How's things out in Brighton?
Wow.
You go to the beach today? Today was a beach day. Any day's a beach day.
No, I've been working.
Ah,
It's really sad because my flat, when I look out, I can see the beach, but I just haven't had any time. I've been working, home, cleaning, cooking. So, yeah.
You told me last time you were working for the NHS last time we saw you.
Sort of. I kind of work aside like with the NHS. I'm a specialist carer, so I work out in the community with people, and I take them to hospitals and stuff, which is where you're mixing with the NHS.
Right. Tough times.
Pretty rewarding job. It's quite
Yeah,
nice.
gotta be, yeah.
Yeah. I've been working throughout this whole time, so I've been busy.
Great. So tell us about the music. So we're all excited for the concert. So 18th of June. There's still a few tickets left. So if you haven't bought tickets, this is your moment.
Come
to grab the
along,
last
yeah.
one.
That's it. I mean, well, next week we're really excited for it. I think we have only played one gig since
Yeah, you and everybody
the whole
else,
lockdown thing is eased. So yeah, your next week is our second gig. Really cool because the venue is what we normally play. Like the more intimate music and stuff, which is cool. I'm actually pretty nervous. Weird.
Yeah, don't be nervous. Everyone's pretty cool. We all know that.
I think we're all in the same thing, aren't we? So it's all
yeah, we did the show a couple
Pretty
weeks
good.
ago, the first one, and I was nervous that we couldn't even organize it, but everything was
really?
fine. The bands all showed up. Everyone had a great time, and everyone was just so happy to
I
be
think
out.
the first gig after lockdown, every band's on time, first time. The 10th gig, everyone be late again. Annoying.
Cool. Yeah, so we got music, a totally different kind of thing going on now after those 2 guitar.
Yes. Yeah.
I mean, John's not folk, so I don't think I wouldn't call him folk. I think he's like everything rock and blues and soul and
pretty cool.
Yeah. So
we got together as a band and got in the studio, one of our band practices, and we got a go. I thought we'd film it.
Yeah, it was great. It's great. It's great stuff. I watched it already, of course.
Mm.
But tell us about the band a little bit. So what was your idea with putting the band together?
So we made the band 5 years ago. Henry, you'll see in the video, of course. We was at university in Brighton. We went to like collegey university thing, and I was singing Ghost Town by the Specials for like an exam, and Henry was in the audience, and he came up to me, "Oh, do you want to like make a ska band, reggae band?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course I do." And Henry just made the band, and then we've just, it's been great. We've just gigged and practiced and yeah, it's been cool.
That was your only connection to ska, was just singing that song, or that was it?
Oh no, no, me. Well, I've always loved reggae music. I didn't really, from young, I didn't really know, like you knew like dub and reggae and stuff, but I didn't actually know that there was something like John until I got a little bit. But I'm originally from Luton, and I used to like drink in a pub full of like old ska heads and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, I learned about it. I was so influenced by it. Did it for my uni exam.
Oh wow, that's cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So yeah, we got together as a band, and just kind of like growing like a Dakka.
Okay, so the first track we have up is Mr. Lover.
Yeah, Mr. Lover is women doing what they want with them, and it's okay, and it's saying how like prostitution is the most important job ever, because like the most highest jobs they use all the women, so the women have power. That's it.
Okay.
Mr. Lover.
Mr. Lover. Check it out.
This track is called Mr. Lover. That is
That's great. You guys are really having fun with
Hey.
that song. Is that great or what?
Hello again. Thank you. It was sweaty in that room. It was by the end of it, all the recording.
Yeah, it gets a little tight in those rooms, doesn't it?
It was, yeah. That's it. Yeah, no, we practice around the corner in a place called a Small Pond,
Okay.
which is pretty cool. It's like 2-minute walk from my house. That's sweet for practice.
Nice.
It's cool to be able to get back in a room and like practice again with each other. It's like you've like you're seeing your long lost cousin.
Amazing. I love the ska music because it takes on some pretty heavy topics, but there's still that kind of, I don't know, the underlying excitement, the energy, the positive. There's like a positive energy in there somewhere that always kind of lifts me up somehow.
Yeah, that's the offbeat.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Yeah, no, the two-tone move actually, like when it happened, it was like anti-racism, like the stand against racism.
Yeah.
It's really, really important. Two-tone is big movement in British subculture, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, really cool.
And we do take quite influences from like tone, like special. I love madness. Is that like specials or madness? I just love madness. So, who do you prefer?
I wouldn't even know how to answer that question. I love all kinds of music. I really do. I love like the more traditional reggae music and dance hall, and we had some in Camden. We're spoiled because we get a lot of the reggae guys come through, and some of these like legendary guys come through, and all styles and stuff.
Oh, wicked! Yeah, I must say, like my favorite type of reggae is like before reggae was created, but steady, like after the. It's my favorite. It's a bit slower than ska, but yeah, slower than ska, faster than reggae. It's all weird.
I mean, there's so much interesting music around that and I love the deep bass. You go into some of those gigs and just like the bass is so heavy, you're like, whoa! You have to like fight your way through the music, you like claw your way. I love that.
That's it. Yeah, it's cool. It is cool. It's because the bass is so important when it comes to like reggae music.
Yeah,
I think that's what it's like the main.
Yeah, it's great, and I think the greatest thing about music is you can explore so many different sounds. It's also exciting, and how some of the reggae and ska music is absorbing other music that's not even within that genre and just pulling it in and playing with it.
Yeah, no, exactly. Like, especially like with Dakka, I mean, people call us a ska band, and we're a bit ska, but we're actually, well, we're more reggae dub band. But we always make sure, because musicians have to play around with music and stuff, and as long as we've always got the backbeat, the reggae guitar off, or with like a reggae bass line, that's it. We play anything over it. That's with our music, is we put it all together, but our main component is the reggae sound.
Yeah, and I think that's why it's fun. It's refreshing to hear it, because it has the similarity of stuff, but then also it's different. It's kind of
yeah.
Okay, next track. We got Life Officer.
Yeah, Life Officer. I wrote that like 5 years ago, actually, but it's crazy. Like sometimes lyrics, and then I just them in the book. Something happens. It's like, like how this song and what's going on in the world at the moment just mix. So yeah, Life Officer is a song I wrote a couple of years ago. It fits really well with what's going on today and stuff. So I hope you like.
All right, Life Officer.
A life officer, a meditating officer, a skeleton officer, a treat me like an animal. Don't treat me like an animal. Don't treat me like an animal. One night, living a dream. Never have to worry 'cause your face ain't seen. Police officers don't kill him like black man. One night, living in the now. The facts in your face too many for his first try. Don't treat me like an animal. 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 Don't treat me like an Thank you.
That's a great track. I love the loop pedal in there.
Thank
It's really
you.
cool.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, it is. Do you know, it's funny. Yeah, we played a gig ago. It was in the sound. And I was thinking, why is this not working? It wasn't working, but you know, when you're so used to something and you haven't used it then for like over a year, it's crazy. I think the lighting in my room is getting really bad.
A little
Is it
dark,
okay?
yeah. Yeah, I can still sort of see it. Yeah.
Yes.
It's getting dark out.
Cool. Here it is. Yeah.
I mean, some of the songs you guys sing have a lot of kind of anger in them. It's like a lot of like.
Yeah.
You seem like a very.
Yeah, I find, you know. Sorry.
I just saying you seem like a very kind of calm, peaceful person, but there's still a lot of like heat under there sometimes.
You know, I find when lyrically I write a lot of you know, personal things. I find it really hard to like write, oh, I've been drinking, having a good time, having a beer. I like to I think it's important to write stuff that like I've experienced, you know, and maybe I can speak to someone who's experienced the same that might not have a voice to get on stage, you know, and sing, you know.
Right.
I find it quite important. There's one song we sing called Chicken Shop, and it's a really dark song. It's about sexual life and about there was like a massive case about like girls getting abused in like some chicken shop thing, and there was a girl that came to one of our gigs. She goes, sing Chicken Shop, and at the time we couldn't remember it, so we couldn't play it. But afterwards she said, you know, I was those girls, and I found that, so just had to like come and watch the gig, and that is like one of the most important. I've spoken to her, you know.
Yeah, giving other people a voice and power is
That's
big.
it.
You can
Yeah,
do that
yeah.
through music.
That's it. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Really important.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, next one we got is Babylon Falling, which is I love this. I think this is the first song I heard
Yeah.
from you guys. Like, this is
Oh, wicked. Yeah. It's actually a cover from the Hep. We kind of just took the Babylon Falling from it.
it's a
and
great
just
showcase
changed it a
for your
little
singing.
bit.
Yeah, it's a great showcase for your singing.
Wicked. Thank you. It's at the end, like I go into like the whistle tone. I don't know how I do it really.
And that
Just
works.
screaming. That's it.
Cool. Check it out. Babylon Falling, Dakka Skanks.
Babylon falling, Babylon falling. Hey, 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 skin of them a come. Babylon falling, Babylon falling. Hey, 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 skin of them a come.
Great. I love that song. It's such
Thank
a fun
you.
song.
It's a bit of a boogie.
Did you get into all
Do you know,
all the reggae kind of mythology and about Babylon and all of the whole reggae
do you know, I've
Rasta
always
stuff?
really liked it. I have always really liked it. I mean, well, back when I was a bit of a naughty teenager, I was round the corner smoking a joint, listening to Rasta music, thinking I was well cool. Yeah, I was into it quite a lot. But now I'm quite big. I'm quite big into it also still now with like my roots and culture music and stuff. I love all that. It's like there's like a like this sound system called Channel One, quite famous, and they're big rigs. So that's going to be weird. I just can't wait for the pools and stuff to open again, you know, and get back in stuff.
Yeah, no, you and the rest of us.
Yeah, that's it. You know, we were booked for a few festivals like Tear Out and Fistful in Leeds and stuff. So hopefully they haven't been cancelled. Some of them have been cancelled.
Yeah, it's so hard to plan, and people buy tickets at the last minute because they're not sure if these things are going to happen.
That's it. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Yeah. I just want to like shout out to like all the fans and stuff. Thank you for like supporting us through lockdown and stuff. You know, merch and buying T-shirts and keeping the band going. You know, coming on live streams like keeping the music industry alive. You know?
Just keep trying to
coming out to gigs. That's it. And like make sure you come to the gig next week and stuff. It's
going to be epic.
Yeah, keep everything alive. Yeah. And I know all people have to sit down, don't they? But you know, you're coming out live music.
You can kind of bounce around in your chair. It's okay.
That's I'm like last week we was playing a gig and people were quite naughty, like stand dancing, and then security guy, sit down. But you can't control people when they've had a bit of alcohol. So
no, the music makes you want to dance. What are you going to do? That's right.
That's it.
The goal is to get people moving. So that's like.
Yeah, exactly.
Cool.
Wicked. Yeah, I'm excited for it. It should be good.
It's gonna be amazing.
I haven't been to Camden in ages.
Have you been to this venue before?
No, I haven't. No, I haven't.
Yeah, it's super cool place. I mean, it's a church. It's got this big open nave and a lot of big heavy rock everywhere. The sound is really unusual.
I'm really excited actually. Do the sound check and the acoustics. That's what I'm really excited for. I used to when I was singing a lot of church stuff and the sound is it.
Yeah, it's going to be a great evening. Really, really looking forward to it.
That's it. Be good, yeah.
Okay, well, sadly, we have the last show of the evening. I'm sorry, the last song of the evening. So,
yeah, this song is Can't Cancel This. Again, I wrote it before. Well, I wrote it before coronavirus. It was about one who was trying to kill the band, and we were like, "You can't cancel us." And then all of a sudden, coronavirus hit, and then now it's like, "You can't cancel corona. Well, you can't cancel music." And I think it was the play. Our last gig was the day before they cut off everything. And I was on stage like, "Oh, you can't cancel this gig," and it did. The next day it was over. But yeah, but Can't Cancel This is going to be our next release. We're getting on. We're finalising the track properly, and we're getting in the studio. Going to record it, release it. So it should be fun. Hopefully, you'll get people smiling again and like bopping around. That's the plan.
All right, I like a good plan. Can't cancel this. Dakka Skanks. Here we go.
Thank you.
This track is called You Can't Cancel This. Oh, yeah.
Oh, wicked. Thank you.
I love that music. I feel happier. I'm like all happy.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's good. Wicked. Thank you for having me.
Nice to see you again. Nice to see you again. I'm so happy we're gonna
Yes,
have you up here in Camden soon with
that's
another
it. Yeah, I'm excited
Brighton
for it.
band. Do you ever come across Michigan and the Birdie Baby group? They're
I haven't, no, I haven't. So I'm excited to hear them and, discover new music.
yeah, you come
It'll
all
be
the way from
good.
London to meet a band that's in Brighton.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I can link up with them now. We're in Brighton, so that'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah, you'll like them.
That's it.
They're very
Nice.
she's it's hard to describe their music. So you tell me what you think of
Okay.
it, but it's very they have industrial, they have kind of this kind of goth punk thing going on. They have very theatrical
Okay.
stuff. I'm
Nice.
sure there'll be tons of surprises for us. So it's gonna be fun.
That's it.
And
Yeah.
also
I think we're all
London.
quite a diverse bunch.
Oh yeah. Well, that was kind of our idea, was setting it up as different kinds of things going on.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. It's
That's
cool. It's pretty
that's what
cool.
Camden's all about. I mean, a lot of clubs,
It
you
is.
have one kind of music, 3 bands that play the same kind of music, which is also cool.
Mm.
We wanted to reflect more
Well,
the
that's what
diversity
I
of
thought. Yeah, that's what I thought was really cool because you've got all these different bands, so you're going to get loads of different audiences there.
Yeah.
Listening to different music. Branching out a little bit, and
That's we're trying
yeah,
to push people. This is actually
that's
the
cool.
core of why
Get
I
out of your
said
comfort
exactly. Listen to
zone.
some new music.
That's it.
Change your playlist around. Change your playlist around.
But
Exactly.
change them algorithms.
Cool. Okay. Well, that's the end of our
Wicked.
show. So, Clara, thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you next week.
Thank you for having
And
me.
thank everyone out
See
there
you later.
who's still watching. Thanks for watching and supporting us. And if you have a minute,
Yeah,
and
I've
you're on
got friends
social.
in Germany watching.
Oh, great. Great.
That's
Yeah,
it.
please follow the bands, follow them on streaming services. Hit the little happy love button wherever you can, and drop them little notes on social media. They all really appreciate it. And sometimes they'll even respond and say thanks and appreciate it. And if you're in Camden next Friday, you must come to the show. Buy your tickets before they sell out on the Camden-live.com website. Find them, buy them.
Nice.
Next week. Clara, good night.
Bye.
Thanks again to our guest,
See you
Peggy
later.
Seeger, legendary Peggy Seeger. That was awesome to meet her. And one of our
Wow.
favorite guys, Jon Coley. So super show for me. Thanks for rounding it off with some great music. Yeah. Have a good night.